Welcome back to the channel. This is a More Better Send coming at you with an awesome deck. This is Boros Auras. This is the #1 meta deck right now that's in standard according to AetherHub. This deck is powerful. This deck is quick. I can't say enough about this deck. Let's get into it and see what the synergies are, and we'll go over the creatures first. First up, with 1 mana, we have Optimistic Scavenger that says whenever an enchantment you control enters, or whenever you fully unlock a room, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Now, we have a ton of enchantments in this deck, so this thing is going to be going off like crazy. This is going to be so much value for 1 mana. We have the Heartfire Hero. Everyone knows this card. It is a 1/1 for 1, and whenever it's targeted with a spell or ability, which would be an enchantment or another mouse that targets things, you get a 1/1 counter on it, and when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. At 2 mana, we have the Emberheart Challenger. This is a 2 mana 2/2 haste prowess, and just like the other mouse, when it's targeted, you get to exile the top card of your library, and until your end of your turn, you may play that card. So whether it be an instant or an enchantment or another creature or whatever it is, or land, you're going to be just getting constant card draw with this creature, especially because the next creature, Manifold Mouse, at the beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains your choice of double strike or trample, so you can target that mouse. It gets the trigger of either the +1/+1 counter or the extra card, plus you get to give it double strike or trample. And if you offspring this, you get a 1/1 version of this creature that does the same exact thing. So now you can start giving all your mice double strike or trample, or both. Now that we've gone through that, how are we going to pump up these guys? We are going to use Ethereal Armor. This is a enchantment for 1. The enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control and has first strike. So we're going to have a ton of enchantments on the battlefield, so this thing is going to get big quick and have first strike, so you can't beat that. We have Shardmage's Rescue. This is another enchantment. This has flash, so you can play it like an instant as a protection spell because the enchanted creature gets hexproof until the end of the turn if it was done with flash. If not, it just gets +1/+1, but if it's flashed, it gets both. We have Monstrous Rage, which is a nice little instant. It gives you +2/+0 until end of turn, and then also puts a monster roll token, which counts as an enchantment, onto target creature. We have Feather of Flight, which is another flash enchantment for 2. When it enters, you get to draw a card, and the enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has flying. So you can give one of your big boys flying, give it double strike, and get in over the top. We have we have Demonic Ruckus, which is a plot enchantment that you can plot for 1 or cast for 2. Depends on what's working for you at the time with your mana situation. The creature gets +1/+1, has menace and trample, and if this card is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you get to draw a card, so it's more card draw. Now, how are we going to protect our creatures? Like we already said, we have Shardmage's Rescue, which gives hexproof and the creature +1/+1 on a flash. We also have Loren's Escape, which is an instant, and then your creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn, so you can use that on offense or defense, and you get to scry 1. Now, the only other cards that I haven't talked about is removal. Now, unfortunately, removal is a huge part of Magic right now, and if you don't have removal in your deck, you are probably not going to have a good time. So we have 6 removal spells in here. We have 2 ossifications, which count as enchantments, and they are 2 mana. You enchant a land, it exiles a creature or planeswalker, and leaves it underneath that enchantment until they can destroy it or it leaves the battlefield or whatever. We also have Sheltered by Ghosts, another enchantment for 2 mana, which exiles the creature on your creature, and then that creature also gets +1/+0, lifelink, and Ward 2. Again, one of the best removal cards in the game. Land base, you're pretty much down the middle with red and blue, or red and white. You're pretty much down the middle, but we have a lot of 1 mana cards on white, so that's why we have the extra 1 basic land, then the mountain. So this is just the dual lands that I have that I threw in there. I'm not going to craft lands. I'm just going to wait till I get them in packs. But remember, we're doing this on a budget. But this is the deck. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let's hop into some games and see how we do. Alright, let's keep this. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to plot my Demonic Ruckus first. For the games, I wouldn't do that. Alright, I'm going to... And now I can target this. And pass the turn. If they try to destroy it, we have ways of protecting it. That's going to make it get another counter. Let's get another land into play. Let's play the Manifold Mouse. Target it again. Let's give it double strike since it already has trample. And there's no blockers anyway. And let's get in there for a nice 12 damage. And we still have protection up for next turn. And they saw enough. See ya. Francisco. That's fun to say. Alright, we're going to keep this even though it looks like a mono red hand. Alright, we're going to discard one of these Monstrous Rages. Let's get our Manifold Mouse engine going. Get this engine going and keep it going. Okay, some sacrifice deck. Cards. It's all well and good. Alright, let's get this out. Let's play this on you. And why not play this too? They're tapped out. It doesn't matter. And there you go. The mice get it done. See ya. No creatures again. What the heck is going on here? Okay. They look like they are just a straight up mono red package. Alright, let's get this battlefield going. Give ourselves a decent blocker here. Even though they're probably coming in with a Monstrous Rage. Or not. That was weird, but you know what? I'll take it. See ya. All right. Let's keep it. Let's get you out first. Let's see, are we just mono red? Most likely. Let's get our mouse out to battle their mouse. Next turn, we can do some crazy things with this. If they don't kill it, that is. Okay, they have their own manifold mouse. Give that double strike. Use a Sheltered by Ghosts right about now. Would be nice. Guess not. Let's put this on you. Why not? Get a little crazy here. Let's give you double strike. And let's attack. You gonna block? Okay. No. Alright. Let's add a little more damage to this then. And that's the ball game. See ya! Should have blocked. Alright, we're back for the wrap up. This deck was pretty crazy, as you can see by that last game. Just ending it in one attack is absolutely nuts. The things that you can stack with the Ethereal armor that are just going to give so many +1/+1 bonuses to your creatures, and then being able to give them double strike is, and almost all of them give them some kind of evasion, whether it's flying or trample or menace, that your damage is going to get in no matter what. The only thing that I could say about this deck is I think it maybe needs a couple more creatures. I found that the games where my hand was pretty low on creatures was my downfall, because with the amount of removal that's in the game, the amount of protection that I had couldn't keep up with the removal, and it was destroying the creature, and then I just had a whole handful of enchantments that I couldn't do anything with. So that's something that I need to take a look at, maybe add something else in here, maybe cut some cards that really didn't do anything for me. But other than that, this deck's a banger, so try it out. If you like it, like, comment, subscribe, do all the algorithm things. Throw a comment below of what creature would you add to this deck and what would you cut, because I'm looking for suggestions and I would love to hear from the community. So until next time, we'll catch you for the next one.